Welcome back to the show, guys. We are here. We are back in Chino Hills. I believe this is Chino Hills, right?
Chino.
Just Chino. I didn't
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
We're back in Chino at the Familiari house once more. Vinny Fam, he was on the show, I think 2 or 3 episodes ago. Today we are with his wife, Elisa Familiari. I believe I pronounced that right. It's a very hard one for me. Elisa, she's going to be fighting on February 7th. This is going to be for Cali Muay Thai for the IKF world title. As you can see, she's already collected 2 from Cali Muay Thai. Hopefully we're going to get a 3. I had her opponent's information. I can't remember it. It's been a long morning. She'll get through it and she'll tell you. But Elisa, she's from one of Master Toddy's. She trains under Jonathan Yu. Right? Was it Jonathan Yu?
Yeah, Jonathan Yu.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So please welcome to the show, Elisa. Elisa, what's up, man?
Nothing much. Just a pleasure to be here and, have the opportunity to speak about what's going on.
Yeah. Dude, this is kind of like the way we scheduled this. I know it was a little kind of weird. Like, I tried to get you at Master Toddy's. I really wanted to get you at Master Toddy's. I was going to try to get some fight footage,
For sure.
But, we didn't, and we're here. But Elisa, why don't you run us through this camp, man? I mean, you look like you're already on weight. You look like you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great camp thus far. I mean, the great thing about it is that my husband's been in my corner. It's a little unique, my situation. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have a full-time career. So in order for me to pursue this and do it in a dominant fashion, there's a lot of sacrifice that has to go into it. And what that means for me is that I have to be really selective on where I spend my time. And so my husband was like, for sure, like, I got you, like, let's work. Don't worry about it. Like, we have to cut out the driving. So this is one where he's been training me full time. We've been getting after it every single day, working on certain things just to be more aggressive in the fight, timing, and, utilizing a lot of different skills that I felt like I haven't been able to tap into. But I mean, a lot's been going on, like, with this journey in Muay Thai. My daughter's 2 years old. So even for me fighting and then, training while I was pregnant and then having a C-section and then recovering and then making my way back into the ring, you have to learn your body differently, right? And then as you're like carrying a baby, your balance distribution is different. So then it's a change in just like everything that you're doing. But this time around, I feel like my body's healed and I'm sharpened. And I think, it's been a great camp thus far. And like, we're right where we're supposed to be when it comes to weight. Cardio's great, mindset is great, and we're ready to win this fight.
Yeah, man, having a baby, I'm sure that wrecks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm surprised you said you were training while you were pregnant. That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
how far in were you?
Trip all the way until probably the week of. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I mean, I luckily, I had a healthy pregnancy and everything like that. But I think it's just crazy, like, what we can do when we allow our mind to like tap in. A lot of like the restrictions that we put on our body is like set up by what our mind thinks is possible. But when I think it was like 3 months, when I was 3 months pregnant, my husband fought in San Diego and we were already supposed to go to Tulu Muay Thai. And the goal was to train and fight, both of us, because like the lease was about to be done and Vinny's never had like a Thailand experience. And I was just like, okay, you know what? Like, this is going to be the closest to it. Like, let's go ahead and train. If I was working remote, so I was able to do that. And then like, as we were planning, we were already, I think we were engaged. We didn't find out I was pregnant yet. And so this was already the goal. I'm like, hey, before like we settle down, like in the next chapter in our life, like, let's go and like, let's go fight for like international, like in have 6 months out there. So I got found out I was pregnant, but we continued with the plan. And then after Vinny fought in San Diego, and then right after his fight, we crossed the border to TJ, and then we went to Mexico, and then we were out there for 6 months. And then there was Brooke and Eddie Farrell. They had their baby out there. So we just went through with the plan with like, we're going to have our daughter out there, and got a midwife, and I was supposed to do like a water birth, but it just didn't happen that way. The baby, the baby got stuck.
Oh.
And I was like in labor for like about, I think it was like maybe 12 hours. And then after, like, the midwife was like, no, we're going to go to the hospital. Like, the baby's not coming out. Like, you're stuck. The baby's been stuck for too long. So then we went to the hospital, which was like an hour drive. And I'm like in labor, like in a, and then like I'm in the car, like I can't explain it, but like I was in the car, and then like they do the checks, right? And everything. And then I'm just like, oh, I could have my baby any second now. But then we got to like Playa del Carmen, and then the baby, I got like an epidural, and the baby still wasn't coming. And then they were like, you know what, the baby, like, let's just do a C-section. And the baby was in a like breech position. So, I mean, it was interesting. Like the whole thing, like the whole story was interesting on how that happened. And then, having to go to like the embassy and try to get like dual citizenship and then come back. But the whole thing about that, what was cool is Brooke and Eddie were really good to us. They took care of us like while I was pregnant. Vinny was coaching full time there, and he fought, but like they allowed me to train in the gym and like still gave me pad work, which was cool. Cause like when you're pregnant and then you have like actual fighters that are coming in and trying to get work, you're like, as a fighter, you respect like, hey, they're about to fight. Like, you don't want to take away their time from the pad work. Like, I'm just, I'm just some pregnant chick right here. But it was cool. And then and then as I got bigger, cause it was crazy hot, like scorching hot out there. Like, so the intensity of just training was just a different level. So then as I got bigger, I just couldn't be in the heat as much. So then we got like a gym membership, and then like Vinny was like holding pads for me and everything like that, it was cool.
Yeah. That's an incredible story, man.
Yeah. And
dude, then a lot though.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like there wasn't any, like we had a motorbike, right? And then it probably like lasted 3 months, but Tulum is probably like no more than a 3-mile radius, like the whole area. So we did a lot of walking. Like it was just different. It was dope when you're here, right? And then like everything is consumerism and everyone's on their phone. Everything's fast paced. Everyone's just go, go, go. Even now, when we came back from that, it took us like time to adjust. We were like in a culture shock coming back, because when we were there, like, we had the internet freaking was trash out there. And so we were like, okay, we'll probably do like WhatsApp or whatever, like, or Instagram works. So it allowed us to be away from our phone. Like we weren't on our phones all the time. And like, it was just almost like a detox. Cause then you think about it, when you go somewhere for 6 months, there's only so much you could pack within your luggage. So then you're like, all right, cool. Like you're just in your clothes, you're wearing the same outfits like for a week, and then everyone's just doing the same. Everyone's like in sandals, they're chilling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For us, fun was going to like the market down the street and getting like, not like the fruit there was super fresh. So getting fruit and like walking around, and we didn't have a car. So then like everything just kind of slows down in life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, that makes you really appreciate like what life really is. I feel like, because being here in California, it's just go, go, go. It's like you gotta be productive with your time, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Like even you, right? Like you're coming over here, and just like when you're on the road, you're like, oh damn, 30 minutes here, an hour here, whatever. But yeah, everything is just like everyone's on the go.
Yeah, I think that's what people get drawn to in Thailand too. It's kind of, I haven't been to Thailand, but I went to Vietnam and I've been to Mexico.
Oh, nice.
And it's like, it's just both countries. One thing that's very similar is they're very like just chill and mellow about getting places. The whole walking thing is big on both countries too.
Yeah.
So even though I don't know if you've been to Thailand, but even though Vinny didn't go to Thailand, that was a pretty cool experience to have.
Cool.
Especially with the Ferrels, dude. Like I seen that they look like they look out for their people. Like,
oh, for sure.
What was that kid's name? I think they called him Goku or something.
Okay, yeah,
he got kind of like messed up, and Vinny like he really like cared and was doing his best to take care of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not Eddie, not Vinny, but
no, yeah, for sure. No, definitely. Like the cool thing about them is they have like a big heart, and everyone they took in was like they treated like family, like, you know what I mean? Like it was like their kids basically. So it's pretty cool to see like when, you know, it's so easy to have a name and have an ego. And when you don't have that and you just like appreciate the sport and people that come. But I think also people that are big givers, like you also receive that in return because like, you know what I mean? People are flying from all over the world. Like they just wanted to be like trained with them. You know what I mean? And I think like you have to really determine what type of person you want to be. And like, at the end of the day, people are going to like when you're around somebody for such a long time, they're going to understand who you are as a person. And, you know, yeah.
Yeah, and also I think just the sport of Muay Thai has like that type of effect on people.
Yeah,
it's like
for
you
sure.
get bonded really close. I feel like it's almost like you're like, oh, we're in the same club, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like honestly, I could be in another country, and if some dude tells me he trains Muay Thai, I'm instantly gonna be like, I want to talk to you. We have something in common now, you know?
Yeah. And it's pretty cool, like just martial arts overall, like the characters that you run into, right? Like
definitely, yeah.
Some crazy people, some people like nerds, some everything, but then it's like bonding over the same sport. It's like dope. We all like getting hit in the face.
Yeah, and hitting other people. But yeah, so you've only trained at Master Toddy's, or have you been to other gyms?
Yeah, so I've been training for under Master Toddy's for about 8 years.
Oh, damn, blooded in.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I think it's important is having loyalty to your gym, your coach. You know what I mean? Like you build that relationship. Shout outs to Rusty Shack System. He's always had an open door policy when it came to his gym. And I would go there on the weekends or like our Sundays and do sparring, or he would let me go to classes. And then for like a minute of my career, like maybe 6 months, 6 months to a year, I was like living in San Dimas and his gym was in Glendora. So then I was training, had some fights under him, but like, yeah, Rusty's he's dope. Super smart when it comes to like fight IQ. And he also really cares about his fighters. Like he has a dominant team right there and he invests a lot in his people. And he's always done that. Like, and then him and Vinny are super close friends. Right. And then obviously, Vinny, he's been helping me out for like probably 7 years too. So yeah.
Yeah, Shack System's tight, bro. Their elbow game is sick, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
When I go over there, I always see how this techniques they do with elbows. I'm like, oh, that's different, yeah.
Yeah, that's the dope thing about like Muay Thai and just more martial arts in general is just like all the different weapons and tools and styles that you can use and you can combine things together. And it's like always something new to learn, right? It almost seems like the more longer you're in the sport, like the more there is to learn, because you're like, oh, like my step was off by like just a second, or like it's precision. Like you understand, like in order to get to the next level, like you need to be more precise, or like understanding rhythm and all that other stuff. So yeah.
I think the cool thing about like sports like Muay Thai and boxing, like the foundations of like MMA, you could say, you know, is I noticed like when you meet coaches that have been doing it a long time, teaching it a long time, they almost never tell you that they know everything, or that like their technique is the best technique. It's like they're more open to what's changing and like what the new trends are, you know?
Yeah, for
I feel like when I was doing Taekwondo back in the day, it was very like, I'm a grandmaster, you do what I tell you, you know?
Yeah,
and I'm sitting there, I'm watching like the Olympics or something, and I'm like, they're doing things different though. We should prepare for something like that. You know? But on Muay Thai, I feel like it's a lot rarer because it's like you see it right in front of you, you know? You're actually hitting each other, you know?
How long were you doing Taekwondo for?
Dude, I did it on and off since I was 7 to 13.
Oh, crazy.
But I wasn't as committed as Muay Thai because I loved it a lot, but it was like, my mom was obviously paying for it. And so it was kind of like when I'd get in trouble, she'd take it away from me. You know?
Yeah.
So I'd have like gaps where I didn't train for like a year because I kept getting in trouble.
That's crazy. So like even being as young as 7 years old, you enjoyed the sport where it was like your mom would use it as a mechanism to discipline you?
Yeah, she would try.
No, but it's cool because it's like this generation of parent, well, at least for us, it's like getting the kids to sports sometimes it's like, a pain. They're like, I don't want to. So like, it's cool to hear when there's a kid that like really enjoys, you know,
I think
being athletic or whatever.
I think it's a generational thing because I noticed like my little brother, he's like 25, so we're like 7 years apart-ish. He's never done sports. He just saw into computer games, you know.
Right.
My baby sister was the same way. She wasn't into sports, you know. I don't know. It's just the generation, you know.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important for us, the older ones. We got to make it cool again, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to stop like letting these kids be addicted to video games.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like my son, he's 12 years old, and just maybe like the past couple months, he told me, he was like, "Hey, mom, like, can you train me? Like, I want to learn." And then I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool," you know. And then I sit back and I think about it, and I'm just like, imagine like my son gets into his first fight and he's like, "My mom trained you to beat your ass." Like, she's just like, you know,
that's cool.
I was like, yeah, I was just like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but I think it's important because I think, at least from the male perspective, I think there comes a point where every kid wants to be the best fighter, right? And sometimes it's just for a second, you know, and then they become realistic and they don't want to do it, you know? But I think it's important for the parent to like try to like push them towards it, you know? But nowadays it's like you don't see that because a lot of parents just want their kids to like leave them alone, like go play video games, go do this, you know?
Yeah, it's an easier solution. You just don't want to hear the back talk, and then you're just like, it's whatever, do whatever you're gonna do. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot of work to tend to your kids' hobbies. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier just to let them play. You know, fuck off.
Yeah, for sure. Agree.
Yeah. That's why when I talked to Rusty, he had this cool idea. He talked about like getting a van to pick up kids, you know? So like for the kids whose parents can't take them to class, you know, that way it'd give them like less of a reason to not do it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that seems like a pretty cool thing, you know?
For sure. Yeah, I agree. Like he's super into getting involved with the community and doing events and thinking about the kids, which that's cool, you know?
Yeah. So have you only fought in Muay Thai or have you tried other sports?
No, I've just fought when I first was doing martial arts, I did like jujitsu for like maybe like a year, 2 years, did like some, couple of jujitsu tournaments. And then what happened was I tore my arm, I tore my anterior and labrum in my shoulder. And, after like, as I was like, I got the surgery, allowed it to heal. And then, I started my martial arts journey when I was like 25 years old. So I had to like really think like, you know, when they say, do you want to be the jack of all trades and like you could only get so far, or do you want to like become the best in one? So like I realized I was like, hey, like I can't do both if I want to excel in one sport. Like I'm just going to be average. That's what I thought. So I was like, you know what? Like Crew John, I think he moved to Anaheim, and he was like, if you want it, like, you come to Anaheim and like, I'll make you a champ. So then I said, all right, for sure. So then, at the time, I don't know, I think maybe I was living like in West Covina, and I was like driving out to Anaheim and training with him. And then, you know, we got our first title. He was like, see, I made my promise to you. And then, we just, you know, continued to go after it. And then, you know, Vinny, again, he's always been there for me and like supported me in like all of my fights, training me. And so like this camp is going to be special because like this fight is like predominantly him. It's just been Vinny training me. And so this is like it's cool too, because there came a point in my, like in Muay Thai where as a female, right? Like if you decide to have a family, there's going to be time you're going to have off. So, and some people don't ever make that back because they're like trying to balance that. Their body changes, they gain weight. So like that was something that I was like yearning for, was like, hey, like you can have all the titles, but like because there's so much sacrifice that goes into it as far as like the people that you can be around, right? Like, and when you're really serious, like it's a lonely path. And so then I was like, okay, if I continue going on this, like my life is the gym, but then I'm going to like not have my family, if that makes sense. Like I'm just going to have titles and it's going to be lonely. And I did go to Thailand. I went there 2 times, I think 3 months in Bangkok. And then I think maybe 5 to 6 months in Pattaya. And so I had an opportunity to train at Fairtex. And so obviously like swarms of champs are there. And then, the crew Mark, he took me in, and like he treated me like his daughter. And then he like had a situation where he actually, so kind of give a long story short, the first time that I went to Thailand, I had went because I had got onto this, it was supposed to be like a reality series called The Underdog. And it was during the pandemic. So it was like maybe 2020 when it had happened. So everything was completely shut down. And like the Thai government gave us like, I guess, what would you say? Like they gave us
like some money to
like they gave it, it's not, they gave us basically us, they gave selected people an opportunity to go into their country because of this, they got like approval for the show, right?
Got you, like a work visa type thing.
Yeah, so I had to quarantine for like, I think it was like 2 weeks before I could even get into Bangkok. But the cool thing about that was like, the reason why like I ended up going to Master Toddy's in Pomona, like was, I was like researching gyms in the area, and then I seen like Crew John, he was actually a pad holder for Master Toddy in Thailand. And so then he had on his website a series like Fight Girls, where Gina Carano came out of there, and she trained under like Master Toddy's, and it was like a series, but like of females that were inside of the same house, and then they fought each other.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about at the beginning. I was like, wait.
Yeah. So they fought each other, and then they fought a Thai to be like crowned the champion. And so then I seen that, and then I was like, oh, that's dope. Like I would be down to like be a fighter or whatever. So then I started training there, and then fast forward like, 5 years later, then I go, like, I'm trying to do this journey to Thailand just because like I wanted to travel by myself and like do Muay Thai or whatever. And so then I stumble across this series that they're like, hey, put in your application for this fight show. And so then I did. And so then they called me and they were like, oh, cool. Cause it was going to be filmed at Master Toddy's in Bangkok. And so then after it was like full circle, because then after like even the producer who was Crew Mark was like, oh yeah, it's cool. Like we seen your like we seen that you were for Master Toddy's, and like we thought about like, you could be like the next Gina Carano or whatever. Yeah. And they didn't know like I was Gina Carano fangirl. You know what I mean? Like, so I was just like, oh, this is destiny. Like, so like it didn't, so we went there. I mean, I met a whole bunch of dope people from like, all from different countries, but the show didn't end up happening. But I continued to be like good friends with Crew Mark. And so then he was like, hey, I'm at Fairtex. And then he was like, come, like, I'll sponsor you. And I was like, all right, for sure. So this is fast forward after. And so he did. But when that series didn't go well, like he left his wife and his daughter's already older. His daughter at the time was like 18 years old. And he left them behind because he was like, oh, I'm going to try to make like my dream work. And the whole freaking lost tons of money from this production. Oh. But then he ended up like being in Pattaya. But I was close to him and he treated me like a daughter. And I remember like we would drink and like how he would cry for like his daughter. And mind you, at this time I had like left my son, who was like, I think maybe 8 years old at that time. And I was like, okay, like I need to get this like fight bug out. Like I'll be back in the next couple months or whatever. But then like it allowed me to be away and like really think like, hey, like when you're pursuing your dreams, like there comes a sacrifice. And then I'm like, well, what if my son doesn't want to talk to me because I just left? You know what I mean? And so then like I had to like, it ended up being like a journey where I had to realize like, do I really want to sacrifice my family for championships? And it was just kind of weird. Like I then went back and I was like, I don't know if I want to do Muay Thai anymore. Like maybe I should like look into like, I don't know, going out, like hanging out with friends or regular I don't know, just regular stuff. I'm like, I'm too like into this. And then I'm like, how am I supposed to like get to the next like not chapter, but basically like when you get older, there's only certain things that you could take with you, right? Like we're gonna be able to do Muay Thai for like, I don't know, like however God allows it to, but like if you think about it so I'm 33 now, so like I probably have a good like, maybe 5 years left, if so, of doing Muay Thai. And then after that chapter's done and you're just a a somebody or maybe a nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Dang.
and then and that's
that was
it.
deep right
You
there.
know what I mean? Like,
Fuck.
and it fades, and all you have is just some freaking metal collected in your garage. And then you have to really think about like what's important, you know? And then, so it's pretty cool because I guess like God has a mysterious ways of working things out. Cause like I really had to check my ego and like realize what was important to me. And then I got it all. Like I got a husband that's in martial arts. I have a family. Like, so when it comes to like mindset and overall, like just what's important when you go in the ring, right, is like having a strong mindset. Like I'm happy. Like whatever the outcome is, like I feel like I have everything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think what you touched on was like that's something people don't think about because a lot of the times when they start their fight career, they're usually like single, you know, or if they're dating someone, they don't have kids yet, you know.
Yeah.
I think once you have a kid or once you get into like when you're like, oh, I'm ready to get married to someone, it's like it really puts the brakes on like what you can do in terms of your fight career, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you see like the older fighters kind of like they kind of age out, right? Because not only does your body break down, but then you start a family, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Like you always hear the jokes in the gym if somebody's not there, they're like, "Oh, he got a girlfriend." So and so's not showing up because he's in love. He's eating.
Dude, we're all guilty of making fun of him, but then when you think about it, you're like, damn, I'm like encouraging him to ruin his life, just so I can hit him in the face, you know.
Yeah, like relationships are the enemy. Like when you're in the gym, right? It's like, oh, you're getting all fat because you're all in love, you know?
Yeah, dude. That's why I like as I interview like other fighters, you know, coaches, business owners. I hope that we can get to the point where we can at least provide some form of currency for fighting, you know, so that way you don't have to give up the family. You can afford daycare or something like that, you know. And you can treat it as a career, not like as something that like a side hustle, you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, like it's like you're fighting, but I'm sure you have a regular job, right? And so if you didn't have that regular job, it could just be training, and then the rest of the day with your kid, with your husband, you know.
For sure. Yeah.
It's balancing the work and everything. It's just too much, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be overwhelming, but like I have ADHD, like even Vinny, like that's what works out. We can't stay still. So our mind's always active, always busy. And so it works out. Like, I mean, we can do it all, but I feel like the reason why we can do it all is because we balance each other. Like where I'm weak, like he's strong, you know, and then vice versa. Like I'm like shot out right now from running and he like makes sure like, okay, like your meals are prepped. We have this together. The baby's good. We're doing whatever. Like house is messy, but we'll get to it. And so like we have this mutual understanding. Like we understand like the sacrifices for the sport. And then also, you know, the other things that it takes to win. But I don't know. Like I think for me personally too, like I enjoy having a career. Like I have to have my mind stimulated by like, I don't know, like business and other things, you know, because then like I said, there's only a short window where you have where you have to fight. After that, like after your life's over, you have to find other purpose elsewhere, because once it's gone, like that's when people like get depressed and don't know what to do with themselves, because all they know is to train, all they know is how to fight. And then when you have to redefine yourself and find purpose again, it sucks, you know?
It's hard.
Yeah.
So, and some people stay in the gym too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see people where I'm like, bro, you like your whole family and everything for this. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll interview some certain fighters that they're like older, and it's like you're seeing that their body's broken, but they still want to keep doing it, you know? And I'm like, dog, go home and sleep.
No,
dude.
for sure, for sure.
I truly believe like the people that get into like martial arts and do it long term, I'm like, you're just like a drug addict that just did this instead of drugs, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think just as humans, like we all have addictive personalities in ways, right? Like maybe it's not sports, maybe it's food, maybe it's drugs. Like there's always something to binge, but like you have to find out like what is it that you can binge on that's going to make you a better person.
Yeah, that's facts. So tell us about this recent camp. Like, have you done anything different? Things are the same? Like, how do you feel? Well, I know you spoke that you've been with Vinny a lot more, but I'm speaking more in terms of technique. Like, is there something new that you've been working on?
I think, you know, when it comes to things that I'm working on is making sure that I don't get smothered, like really focusing on the range, being strong when it comes to defense, being light on my feet, head movement, I think I'm known for being a pressure fighter. So it could be easy, like when you're like bullying in and then to kind of get stuck like in the clinch. So it's being able to find the right range, being able to ground right, making sure that feet are in position for the next strike, wherever they land at, like being able to fire from there.
Yeah. Okay. I find a lot of Muay Thai fighters. Everyone loves to be the bully, And so every time I sit there and I'm watching the match, I'm like seeing who's going to be the bully,
Yeah.
Because both of them, like in the first round, you'll see like, all right, and in the second, third, you'll start seeing like which one is like has something the other person doesn't.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of these new cats though. Like I've been seeing the new techniques coming out of these younger guys, and I noticed that they work a lot more on speed lately. Like a lot of like faster combinations and stuff. And I'll see them like boom, 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 and then they'll slide out just a little bit and then slide back in.
For sure.
I've been seeing that a lot lately, and I'm like, damn, that shit looks tight, bro. Like, I kind of like it.
Yeah. And I think it's cool, like to do both, like have rhythm, right? Like, that's the cool thing about Muay Thai is that you can be fast, but then like if you go 1, 2, 3 fast, the fourth hard, they're not expecting it. Like then it becomes like, timing, rhythm, feints. There's so much that goes into it. But yeah, like it's cool, like all those different techniques.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been noticing too, a lot more kids have been doing a lot more fancier kicks, dude, which I'm a fan of. I've always loved the fancy kicks, so I'm like, oh yeah, dude, you do a little hook kick right there.
The sport's evolving as far as like, I'm sure the caliber of talent now to before is just different. The kids are starting young.
They're starting young.
So that's why you could see it like, I'm like, damn, I look like trash my first PKB. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, dang, like these kids are looking sharp. So it's cool,
Yeah, it's like they're starting younger. And I think because it's so accessible because of the internet, like you can go on YouTube and watch like some of the best fights for free, Yeah. So at a young age, they're seeing like perfect technique and they're able to try to like look in the mirror like, oh yeah. When I was younger, bro, I'm from the 90s, dude. It's like we had the internet, but it wasn't like this, bro. It was like a lot of the times you'd have to get like DVDs or something.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it was if the guy on the DVD was actually like legit or just some dude trying to sell some DVDs,
You were doing one of those Taibo.
What's that?
You were like,
you were like, 1, 2, 3. Dude, I'm trying to interview the guy that started that. I forgot his name, dude. I fall right now.
It's all good.
But
how was it though? Because you were doing Taekwondo for like several years, and then going into Muay Thai. Obviously, it's a different stance. Did it take a while for you to adjust to the new style?
Yeah, I had a lot of bad habits I had to work out of. Luckily, I had a coach that he had a Taekwondo fighter before that transitioned to Muay Thai, and he became one of his best fighters. His name was Andre, and when I started training at Spider, Andre was still training there. He was older, so he eventually stopped. But like my first day there, dude, I sparred and coach was like, I'm gonna give you to this guy because he's gonna be able to fix all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I worked with Andre for a few years and he helped a lot, corrected a lot of stuff. But yeah, I had bad habits. I still sometimes put my hands down. Like, once I get tired or once I start feeling myself, I just...
because is it like hands are like supposed to be
like
lower
right
here?
Yeah, because you don't punch in the face in Taekwondo. So naturally they just...
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I have habits where I'll put my hands all the way down, or sometimes I'll throw a combination and I'll land like bladed. I just end it bladed for some reason.
Yeah,
just little habits. But I think the hardest thing to adjust was the pressure. In Taekwondo you fight on the outside and it's a lot more like hit and move. Versus in Muay Thai it's like what you said earlier. Everyone wants to be the bully. So I remember at the beginning I was like running away from people. I'd get across the mats because I couldn't deal with the pressure.
For sure.
But that was the hardest part for me to deal with. But you know what I mean? I recommend everyone to try Taekwondo though, honestly.
Yeah.
Even as an adult.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think are like the good qualities of Taekwondo?
The kick dexterity. Like you learn to control your kicks a lot more in Taekwondo because like in Muay Thai, it's all about kicking hard and fast.
Right.
But in Taekwondo, it's like the way you throw it. It's like there's emphasis on how it looks and like, I mean, your coach will tell you to like throw a head kick and leave your foot in the air and stay with perfect just to see how it looks,
Got it.
And so all that stuff just teaches you good balance, just like where your weight is. I think you can apply it to Muay Thai. I think if I was an adult and I was fighting, I would just pay like a sensei to just teach me like back kicks and side kicks. Side kicks are, I think, one of the best things to utilize in Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Because no one's used to it, Everyone's used to the teeps where they can just slap it, but then when you throw a side kick, you can't really slap it, you know?
Yeah, for sure, for
Kinda
sure.
throws you off. But yeah. Has your daughter or your kids been to any of your fights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they enjoy it or do they kind of get scared?
Yeah, I mean, my daughter, like, she's still young, so she just kind of watches, which now she's starting to like talk. So I'm like actually looking forward to her reaction of like when she's with my mom and if she says anything. But she's been like, she grew up watching fights and like she's always in the gym with us. And it's funny because we were watching the dirty boxing fights and it was like a female fight that was on, and then she tells the TV like, jab cross, go, and I'm like, what? I started like laughing. I'm like, what 2-year-old says that? Like, she just said it on her own and like we weren't even like saying anything, and I just thought it was funny, you know?
Yeah. You get her, she get in trouble in school.
Yeah. She's sweet. Yeah, she won't just go like hit anybody. She's not like aggressive like that. But whenever we're training, like she'll go and put on gloves and she'll be like, my turn, cute. My turn. So it's cool. And then my son, yeah, like now he's at a point where he wants to like watch the fights and like he asks questions like, how are you feeling? Like, are you good? Like, okay. And I'm like, are you nervous? He's like, kind of, not really, but he's cool. He's just, you know?
Yeah. How did your son take it when you took off to Thailand? Like when he came back, did you notice it?
No, yeah. So for him, like because I actually wanted to take him with me, and I was like, oh, let me take him with me, like when he goes on his summer break, and then after he can go with me for like 2-3 months, and then I can bring him back. And then like after having that conversation with his dad, he was like, no, like, you know, I don't feel like just leave him here. He'll be fine. And I don't, you know, I just feel more comfortable. So I was just like, I'm not even going to put up that argument. If he wants him there, then cool. Like, I thought it would be cool to have like my son have an experience. And then I was like, you know what? All good. Like, I'm just going to focus and train. So that basically was what I did. And then when I came back, he was just more or less like kind of whiny, because I think it's too like differences in parenting. Like him and his dad are super close, but then when I go out, like his dad's kind of like, oh, go ahead, play your games. And then when he was going with us, it was like, hey, like no more game. Like, let's do something, like be here, be present. And then of course he's going to throw a fit. So that's the hard part when you have like kids in different households. It's like different rule sets. And obviously they're going to want to go with the more laid back parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So your husband or your baby daddy's the more laid back one?
He's cool. I mean, he's like, we pretty much agree like on everything, as far as like, I'm pretty strict. Like, well, Vinny and I were pretty strict on like what we allow the kids to watch. We're like anti-scary stuff, and like, and nowadays you don't know, like it's crazy the like subliminal shit they try to put in kids' cartoons. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like to program, I don't know.
It's like on Netflix too.
Yeah, dude. Like just anything. Yeah. So we're just like real, like we watch what our kids watch and everything like that. But his dad's pretty much on the same part as that. He's just really close with his son. That's the difference, where he was just like, like just leave him here or whatever. And for me, I'm like, hey, like, a boy needs his father, you know what I mean? And that's where it would be different. Like if it was a daughter, like I would be like, oh, like, nah, she needs her mom. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think all kids do. Like, you see a difference in the way how like young boys or young girls grow into like adulthood when they have a active father in their life. You know what I mean? Because the father's like the disciplinary. The father like brings structure and order. And so for me, I'm always like, hey, like, yeah, he needs his dad, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to fight with that.
Yeah. That's cool. You guys have a good relationship.
Yeah.
My parents hate each other.
Yeah.
They don't even want to be in the same. My mom used to tell me, she's like, if I could move to Mars, she's like, I would do it just to get further from your dad.
Dang, crazy.
right.
But how's your relationship with both of your parents? It's good?
Me and my mom are tight. My dad, we're cool or whatever, you know, we don't really talk to each other much, but they're good people though, bro. I mean, if I need something, if I'm like in danger or something, my dad he'll like look out for me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just weird because I'm biracial, so I'm Mexican and I'm Vietnamese, right?
Okay.
But my mom raised me who's Mexican, so my experience with like how I thought parents should raise you, you know, was completely predicated on like the Hispanic culture, you know?
Yeah.
And the Vietnamese culture is a lot different. It's like they're a lot more colder towards their children, you know? There's a common saying where in Vietnamese culture, they don't really tell kids they love them, you know?
Okay.
They'll say it by asking if they're hungry. There's like so many memes about it, bro.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of it is like growing up, I just didn't think my dad like cared about me, you know?
For sure.
There's other things too. It's like he was moved here from the war, so I think he had a little bit of PTSD, you know? So you would have little freakouts, and I would just be like,
yeah, for sure.
This guy's cold and angry all the time. You know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
But he was a good dad at the end of the day. I mean, I'm here, you know. I didn't die. I'm not a drug addict.
Yeah.
So
You're like,
can't complain. But yeah, is there anything else you want to add, dude? Anything you want to tell your opponent, maybe? You're fighting for Cali Muay Thai, right? So Troy, right? I believe Troy. I love Troy Milo. He's a good guy, man. He's funny.
Cool.
But anything you want to just tell the people, I guess?
No, nothing. I mean, I'm excited for this fight coming up. Like, you know, we're good when it comes to like weight. And as I mentioned, like, I feel like I'm finally like in good shape after having my daughter, where, we're actually after this fight, we're going to see to go into the 115-pound division and make a statement there. So, basically this is like my comeback, you know, after having my daughter, and just kind of, you know, telling everybody I'm back. Like, I know there's a lot of like new up and coming fighters, which respect, but like, I think it's time to show like the years that I put into the sport of finally letting it pay off, you know, and, the way how to do that is just stay active and go to tournaments and, have the opportunity to fight internationally. So that's where I'm at for me. Because even though crazy thing is like, that was always a bucket list goal for me, is to fight internationally. And I was supposed to fight in Thailand 2 times, and then things didn't happen because I was dealing with the pandemic. Yeah. And then after Mexico, I got pregnant. Yeah. So it was like, damn, like, am I supposed to fight? Like, I'm just like, hey, God, like, is this what the path that I'm supposed to go down? But now I'm just like, hey, like, everything's aligning, like, as far as me being able to train, get ready. Shout outs to Amanda from Hacienda Muay Thai. She's been, we've been working with each other for a couple months. She's been coming like every Friday, and like we've been sparring, and she has a really good, she's like a force. She just fought for Cali Muay Thai. I think the last fight card, won the Cali Muay Thai title at 105 pounds. So she's good. So I think everything right now is like aligning perfectly for me. So it's just time for me to execute.
There we go. I like the spirit. I can't wait for your fight. It's going February 7th. That's the next Saturday, right? Is that Saturday or Friday?
Yeah, next Saturday.
I'll see if I can make it. Cali Muay Thai, that's in Commerce, right?
This one's going to be in LA. Normally it is in Commerce, but it just says like LAX, but I'll shoot you the address.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see if I can make that. I think I might be, I'll be able to, I got to check my schedule.
Yeah,
but hopefully I can see that. And then maybe I can get an interview after this, post interview.
Of course, yeah.
That'd be fun. Everyone watching, check her out. You want to give out your socials?
I'm like, what is my social? It's ELISA fam. 1.
There you
go.
Maybe I'll go find it, and I'll put the actual one like here somewhere and in the bio. So everyone, thanks for watching. Make it out to her fight if you can. If you can't, I think they might be streaming it. Hopefully, if not, they'll be streaming it. Check it out, Cali Muay Thai. Goodbye, everyone.
Cool.